Good morning, students. Welcome to the class of English Literature. Today, I have picked a poem which is named Ulysses. This poem is a part of the syllabus of BA Part First. Ulysses is a poem in blank verse written by the very famous Victorian poet Alfred Lord Tennyson, whose lifetime runs through 1809 to 1892. This poem was written in 1833 and published in 1842 in a collection with other poems. It is an often quoted poem and a very popular example of the dramatic monologue. In this poem, we are talking about a mythical hero, Ulysses, who describes his discontentment and restlessness upon returning to his kingdom, Ithaca, after his far ranging travels. Despite his reunion with his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus, our hero Ulysses earns to explore the world once again. The character of the Ulysses, in Greek we call him Odysseus, has been explored widely in literature. The adventure of Odysseus were first recorded in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. And Tennyson draws on Homer's narrative in the poem. Now we move towards to its summary. As this poem begins, Ulysses has returned to his kingdom, Ithaca, having made a long journey home after fighting in the Trojan War. Confronted again by domestic life, Ulysses expresses his lack of contentment, including his indifference towards the savage race whom he governs. Ulysses contrasts his present restlessness with his heroic past and contemplates his old age and eventual death. His son Telemachus will inherit the throne that Ulysses finds burdensome. While Ulysses thinks that Telemachus will be a good king, in the final section, Ulysses turns to his fellow mariners and calls on them to join him on another quest, making no guarantees as to their fate but attempting to conjure their heroic past. Now we move towards its explanation, and this is the poem on your screen. Ulysses declares that there is little point in his staying home. He uses the word by this still hearth with his old wife Penelope, and doling out rewards and punishment for the unnamed masses who live in his kingdom. Still, speaking to himself, he proclaims that he cannot rest from travel, but feels compelled to live to the fullest and swallow every last drop of life. He has enjoyed all his experience as a sailor who travels the seas, and he considers himself a symbol for everyone who wanders and roams the earth. His travels have exposed him to many different types of people and ways of living. They have also exposed him to the delight of battle. While fighting the Trojan War with his men, Ulysses declares that his travels and encounters have shaped who he is. He says, I am a part of all that I have met, he asserts. And it is only when he is traveling that the margin of the globe that he has not yet traversed shrink and fade and cease to guard him. Ulysses declares that it is boring to stay in one place, and that to remain stationary is to rust rather than to shine. To, to stay in one place is to pretend that all there is to life is the simple act of breathing, whereas he knows that in fact life contains much novelty and he longs to encounter this. His spirit yearns constantly for new experiences that will broaden his horizons. He wishes to follow knowledge like a sinking star and forever grow in wisdom and in learning. Odysseus or Ulysses, in this poem, Ulysses now speaks to an undefined audience concerning his son Telemachus, who will act as his successor while the great hero resumes his travels. He says, this is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the spectre and isle. He speaks highly but also patronizingly of his son's capabilities as a ruler, praising his prudence, dedication, and devotion to the gods. Telemachus will do his work of governing the island, while Ulysses will do his work of traveling the seas. He works his work, I mine. These are his words. In the final stanza, Ulysses addresses his mariners with whom he has worked, traveled, and weathered life's storms over many years. He declares, He declares that although he and they are old, they still have the potential to do something noble and honorable before the long day wanes or the long day ends, means their life ends. He encourages them to make use of their old age because it is not too late to seek a newer world. He declares that his goal is to sail onward beyond the sunset until his death. Perhaps he suggests they may even reach the happy isles or the paradise of perpetual summer described in Greek mythology, where great heroes like the warrior Achilles were believed to have been taken after their deaths. Although Ulysses and his mariners are not as strong as they were in youth, they are strong in will and are sustained by their resolve to push onward relentlessly. And these are his words: to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.